yes, welcome back to my build channel with the updated vampire tank survivor DPS build, and it's pretty much the same sets, but I changed a little bit attribute points all in stamina, and I changed a bit with the glyphs, the shadow ghost killer. And if you want to see the extreme survivability on the back bar, on the main bar I got then over 3k of weapon damage with 50k of health for survive pretty much all. The recovery is really OP, like stamina and magicka and immortal combo skills. Then on the back bar I will explain that later in the video. And with shadow in the skies on both bar I crit 100%. Yeah, same function like the vampire nightblade health build, but much more burst, because this is the DPS version, so you kill a little bit faster the high 6 million bosses. The Cameron Throne for both stats and recovery, and 10% of max of health because of the sets, I explain it then. The Atronarch for 330 of magic recovery, vampire which fits together, and also under 50% I take a 33% less damage. Means when I got 20k of health I take the whole time 33% less damage. Let's go see the pots. I use the Essence of Health, a 3-stat potion for the magicka and stamina recovery, or you could run also Essence of Weapon Power for boost up even at 20% more of damage. The stats, I got 11k of magicka with 1100 of recovery. That stats are all naked. A 50k of health with 27k of stamina with 1600 of recovery, 2000 of weapon damage, 33% of crit, and the resistance is 20k and 18k on the main bar. The naked stats on the back bar are pretty much the same. 11k of magicka with 1100 of recovery, 50k of health, 27k of stamina, 1600, and a little bit less of weapon damage. But on the back bar the weapons are not in gold, and the weapon damage on the back bar are not relevant. Just on the main bar I burst up my damage. And if I'm gonna see with shadow in the skies, then a 25k and 24k of resistances. On the back bar is 29k and 27k of resistance, which is pretty high. And yeah, 2000 of stamina recovery when I burst up my relentless focus and I drink my pot, and 1300 of magic recovery, which is pretty needed for shadow in the skies because I bar swap, then I'm hidden on both bar. And yeah, if we're gonna boost up the damage a little bit, so 2800, but there I boost up with my ulti then over 3000 of weapon damage with 44% of crit. I take same set as Imperial with the max health for take up the function, and the Black Doctor sword in Nirnhonet with 348 of weapon damage, so I make this light attack for boost up then even more my damage. And on the back bar reduces their physical and spell resistance 1500 for 5 seconds, so we apply that. And on the back bar I complete with the dagger, but you could use whatever is not relevant for the DPS on the back bar. And the Black Doctor shield infused with 3-stat glyph for boost up all 3 stats. And the jewelry are both 2 rings with 1 necklace and 1 ring with recovery and 1 weapon damage. And you see this is the same, gives you all max of health. And the second set same, the chest with a 3-stat glyph infused, and all the rest are then divines with maximum of health, and in the legs for boost up with a 3-stat glyph, and divines defeats. So I'm wearing 6 heavy and 1 medium, 6 divines and 1 infused with this build, and gives all these resistances and max of health, which are pretty good for your bone shield, and then you heal up with vampire drain. The monster set are Silenus, because the first rate gives you even more stamina and a 15% chance every 4 seconds you have up this ghost, which burst up even more your damage with your skills and combo abilities. And I pretty love it because spams the whole time. That's really good, like PvE and PvP, I love it. On the main DPS bar, relentless focus, because it gives me 8% more damage over 20 seconds and 10% of stamina recovery, and gives the spectral bow with 5 light attacks. You have to boost up, then you see this violet left side. 20k can be better if you boost it up with your gap closer in with ambush, and also with your ulti you can burst it up to a 25k. Shadow in the Sky, and then 22k, it's okay. The ambush are your gap close in this case in PvE or PvP situation, and then the next attack will boost up at 20% of additional damage, and that's pretty good because stuns the PvE mobs, and in the PvP is just near it, but it's okay. And I think 7k can crit with Shadow in the Skies, which crits 100%. Yeah, so Zack, go ins near them. That's pretty good. Yes, Shadow in the Skies, which I have double slotted, so you can be hidden for a long time, go in a group, go away, increases your weapon damage and your resistances by the passives, which is pretty good. 3 seconds are not a lot, but a really awesome skill for burst up than my damage. And yeah, you see, let's say there by the light are a small group, then I Shadow in the Skies a little bit around. The build is made it for sustain that and just go to watch and arrivederci. That's your Executioner. Yeah, makes a huge damage, under 25% of health by bosses when you solo bosses, for example, or in trials. So under 25% you begin to spam that ability. Okay, when you kill him then, but that I don't look. Killer Blade are really love it. Mostly 22k than with Selena's. And I spam that over again without Shadow in the Skies. Crits better than the other skills. A little bit more often. Surprise attack. You're dealing a 6000 when that crit is 11, 12 or 13k I think, and you reduce them their physical major fracture, so your ability hurts more, and with Shadow in the Skies, and then you make that surprise attack will be stunned and off balance for 5 seconds, which increases then your DPS by 10%. So I go in, then a Shadow in the Sky, and then you see 11k, always a Shadow in the Sky between. Shadow in the Sky and then attack. That's awesome skill, main spam ability. Incapacity Strike increases for 20% your next attack, so with your Spectral Bow, for example, you can reach then a 25 to 28k by the Spectral Bow, and it reduces their healing by 36%, and always stun it when I use that, and cost just 70. I can spam that over and over again for boost up, then with you see with Ambush at 20%, and Shadow in the Sky, which crits always 100% of time. You can really burst up to good numbers for this DPS. And yeah, I press first Relentless Focus, then Shadow in the Sky, then I gap close in with Ambush, then immediately a Shadow in the Sky again, and then I surprise attack for stunning him for 4.6 seconds plus major fracture, then Shadow in the Skies again, surprise attack. You can then use your ulti for burst up from your Spectral Bow. And on the back bar we have Immortal skills, because there we got the Exclusive Mist, which takes 75% less damage over 4 seconds, stops the recovery, but with the potion you can be immortal really if you like. And That's a really awesome skill. Poof! A little bit like invisible, but you are not, and it looks like a salty wet fart, so you can fart away and then you save your ass and you go back. Yes, together with your ulti 105%, you are immortal over 70 seconds if you like, man. Invigorating Rain, that's are your healing 22%, but when it's boosted up is 24%, and then you can heal up your whole health in 3 seconds. For don't be in the shit, you see that's 3 seconds and all your health are back. You can be shielded and you can bar swap that, so when you are attacked by a player you can bar swap that, and you are not, you cannot die in this situation. You can mid-race this, you have to learn it a little bit, yes. Spike bone shield 18% in the PvP, but in the PvE is 38%, and swap back in total 42% of the melee attackers incoming. So when you got pressure from 3-4 people, you spam this, you have a high health shield, your allies can heal up with this damage shield, which they got 2, not just you. And the double take, this is for far away quick, so you have 30% major expedition and movement speed increased, and the dodge chances, major evasion, this is like the other medium skill. So I can shadow in the sky and then immediately double take for be invisible and faster at the same time. This is pretty awesome for get out of the situation when you are attacked, so all works with shadow in the sky, the most important. And this is the ulti on the back bar, so the speed is reduced by 70%, deals 2500 magic damage every second for 70 seconds, and you take 30% less damage than with your exclusive myth. Having the wave myth. You take 100% less damage. This is, in this moment, you really are immortal in this moment. I show you together with exclusive mist, you never die, you really nerf the people around, and the people really suck. You're a cock in this moment. Welcome back to the serious world. We are a serious ESO channel with 11 sprinter, 48 for breaking free, and running cost 75 with the mooncalf, and 32 for also the magic recovery and tenacity, because we wanna buff. I have the speed buff on it before for let him heal him up a little bit less, and the tumbling for the dodge rolls. Blessed 75 for the heal up, and when I drink a potion, so the exclusive miss cost 80% less. Master of Arm 20% for your ability, which is needed. Precise Strike another 20% for boost up, then like a Nightblade 10 again of balance 10, 40 or 50% on the crit damage. Exploit the passive of balanced. Yeah, Ironclaw 20% and 19 in the spell shield, because 570 with the crit attack, more crits come in, faster I can heal me up, and Unchained with the Bastion for your bone shield, which is pretty needed, and that's it for the points. How this tank burst up in the rotation, I see I start with Rentis Focus, I drink my potion, then I shadow in the sky for 100% crit, I get close in, then light attacks between shadow in the sky, then surprise attack, then Selena procs off shadow in the sky, then a ulti, now a 20% higher, and then the spectral bow, you see 25k. Train that a little bit for burst up your DPS, and Selena procs very often. Under 25% execute with your Assassin Blade, 22k, and it's almost 90 or 20k, so this target army are 6 million, have a high resistances, and yeah, always shadow in the sky between the skills, so you can really solo bosses by your own, and when comes function that you are in the danger, you swap back to your back bar, so you save your ass pretty much good. And on this bar you can really high burst up. The recovery from the heavy gives you every 4 seconds stamina and magicka back, and with the 2000 of recovery you can long burst up and keep up the high damage. Yes, that was pretty much for this build. Thank you very much for all the last new subscriber. I thank you for choosing skyliner builds. I see you soon. Peace out. Bye.